Formula One, a sport that spans hearts, minds and nations, where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits. And that legacy continues today. The 2021 championship was thrilling from start to finish, and 2022 is set to be even better. New regulations will usher in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning champions will be duelling it out to the bitter end. The pressure will be on the team principals in the upcoming season as they manage their drivers, their cars and the whole team to push to victory. This is not a challenge for the faint-hearted. This is Formula One. Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010, and since 2014 they've won the Constructors' Championships back-to-back every year. In 2021 they took home the Constructors' Championship once more, although they narrowly missed out on the Drivers' Championship, coming in second. Heading into 2022, Mercedes will insist on dominating the competition. Nothing less than the fastest car and the most wins will give the Silver Arrows the outcome they want to see at the end of this new season and beyond. The Red Bull team burst onto the F1 scene in 2005, and ever since 2009, they've been one of the top 3 teams in the championship. Last season ended brilliantly for them. Max Verstappen won the prestigious Drivers' Championship, and Red Bull are flying high once more. Ferrari have entered Formula One. The Red Bull team burst onto the F1 scene in 2005, and ever since 2009, they've been one of the top 3 teams in the championship. Last season ended brilliantly for them. Max Verstappen.
Hi there, nice to meet you. I'm Audrey Menser, one of the team's senior engineers. Welcome to the team. It's great to have you on board. We finished last season on a high here at Red Bull, but this season we want to push even further. It's a good job you're here, because we're ready to get started. As our new team principal, you're responsible for a lot of aspects of the team. Everything from managing our team's growth, overseeing our finances, and deciding on race day strategies will be in your hands. You can keep an eye on most things from your dashboard here. I can take you through it now. First up, an overview of the board. They're the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you. The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve. Reaching them will help keep confidence high, so be sure to familiarise yourself with what's expected. You'll want to keep an eye on the long-term objective for beyond this season as well. Okay then, let's look ahead to the race weekend. We need to start preparing for As it's your first day though, there's nothing urgent for you to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass, but don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up. This is your calendar for the month. Pay attention to the events that have been marked. The race weekends have already been added for you. More events will get added as the season progresses. This is where... This is where you'll find relevant information on the team's drivers and reserve driver, including their performance ratings and contract details. You can also scout for new drivers to make sure we have the best driver pairing we can. You can see here, when a driver has development points available, you can use them to improve their performance. You can also select... It's not just the... It's no longer your first day. We'll have you on top of things in no time. You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can see in the upcoming events list. It's good to get in the habit of regularly checking that list. Let's take a look at... From here, over time, don't forget, here you can delve deeper into team finances and see our balance, as well as... Looks like you've received a budget approval request. Most of the team's budget is decided by the board at the start of the season, plus whatever we get from last season's prize money and any extra sponsorship revenue we earn. I reckon that's a good decision. It should keep the team in high spirits anyway. Now that's dealt with, we can focus... There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Check your Okay, you want to get started with a design project. These are car parts we can design and manufacture in-house. Each car part impacts different areas of a car's performance, but certain car parts will have a greater impact than others. You can also view our car performance by rank on grid. This is a useful comparison tool and lets you see how our performance compares to that of all the other cars on the grid. Take a look over the different car parts. The highlights indicate which performance areas they impact the most. Pick one that impacts the ratings you want to improve. The team's expertise in making new car parts improves with experience, so each new design is likely to be better than an older one. Just make sure to check the new design against the one currently. Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Our testing time is limited throughout the season, and it's up to you to decide how much to commit to each design project. If you assign some testing time to this design now, you can see what effect it will have on the car part. Once you've taken a look, let's continue. You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas of performance. F1 car parts are complex, and sometimes you'll have to sacrifice performance in one area. Over the season, we'll understand more about our car's performance, which will help you to guide the team's design focus. You can try altering the focus now if you like, or else stick with a balanced approach. When you're ready, continue with the process. As a final step before the team gets started on this design project, you need to decide how many engineers you want working on it. Bear in mind, these decisions will have an impact on the duration and cost of the project. When you're happy with everything, confirm the project and the team will get started. Nice work. That's the project started. If you check your calendar, you'll see the team have given you a delivery date. Continually design a new car part. This one thing you'll always need. Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet the... Looks like we've got... You can also decide to add targets here and offer our sponsors guarantees. These are a risk, as we face a potential financial loss if we don't meet them. Okay. If you want to offer a guarantee... I see you like a challenge. It might be tough, but the potential reward is a definite pro. Okay, we're done here. Let's head back. You've done everything needed, and the team...
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Okay then, let's get to it.
Great to see you again. Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, so we're kicking off with free practice one as usual. Over here is our race preparation area. This is where you can make any change. Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready... During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
Hello and thank you for joining us as our race weekend unfolds. Free practice has concluded and qualifying awaits. Excitement is really picking up here today, the anticipation continuing to grow within the paddock. With free practice now over, drivers will have to know this circuit inside and out if they're to gain a strong position on the grid. 20 cars take to the track, all with aspirations of taking pole. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
To help maximise our drivers' performance, the team have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatisation, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence. If you manage the session yourself, you might get an even better performance from the drivers for the rest of the week. Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where we start on the grid for Sunday's race. Qualifying takes place over 3 knockout rounds, and only the fastest drivers will advance each time. Same as practice. Our drivers need to keep a careful eye on time remaining. The time limit on qualifying rounds really ramps up the pressure. Right then, let's get a... car is fitted with a number of onboard cameras. You can also use the map view if you like. It gives you a good overview of the whole track and all the cars. Remember, you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session, so make sure to keep an eye on both of them. Managing pace will... Keep an eye on the tyre condition.
Let's push here.
Copy.
If a drive... There are 3. Harvest will prioritise.
Okay, recharge off.
Okay.
Okay, recharge on.
Okay.
Fuel command. Just keep an eye on your remaining...
We do not require any fuel liftoff.
Okay.
Cancel lift and coast for now.
Yep.
Let's push.
Yep.
Back it out, back it out.
Yeah, okay.
From the data view, you can see live data from the current session. Here we can see the latest lap and sector times for all drivers. Here you can also view how the current session could affect the drivers' and constructors' championship standings. There's plenty more to dive into with the data view, so make sure you spend some time. Our driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure the car before we can send them back out. Let's go and... The team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling. So all you have to do is fit some fresh tyre. Here you can see all the tyre compounds available this weekend. When making any changes, just be sure you're considering both the condition and the compound. We want maximum performance during qualifying. So brilliant. The car's ready to head back out at your say-so. It's probably best to do at least one more run before the end of the round. Unless you're feeling very confident about it. The track will have more grip later in the round, but there will also be more traffic. It's up to you to decide when you want to send the car out. Whatever gets us through to Q2.
Goodly.
Yeah, copy. Hit limiter.
You've got the margin to push.
Yeah, yeah.
focus on just bringing your tyre temperatures back under control for the moment.
Okay, you're good to push.
Copy, mate.
Cancel lift and coast for now. Cancel lift and coast for now.
Copy, mate.
Use your battery.
Copy.
Want to see your tyre temps?
Copy.
Just look after this tyre set though, look after it. Okay, Max. Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Okay.
So think about the lift off.
Okay, check out. Back off.
Yeah.
Recharge on.
Copy.
I think someone's run wide.
Italy.
Copy that, check out. That'll be the session over.
We're through to Q2. Great work. In Q2, the fastest 15 cars from Q1 battle it out for only 10 places in Q3. It's up to you whether you manage the rest of the qualifying rounds. If you want, you can let the team...
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
This weekend, Red Bull displayed real promise during qualifying, but will they fulfill that potential by the time they reach the checkered flag? We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. The sky tonight is mostly clear, with only a few clouds. Nothing to worry about for now, but let's see how the situation unfolds.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to cope with the pressure? Let's find out right here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Right then, time for the main event, the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a great time for us to get... Each driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres. On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about 25 seconds. So we need to think carefully. Let's set a time. Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from. Let's see what they suggest for this race. Okay. Strategy A is a fast but risky option, relying on 2 soft stints and no hard compound at all. Strategy B is a well-balanced option, 2 soft stints and a nice long middle stint on a hard compound. Right. Strategy C is a slower but safe option for this track. We'll tackle the final stint on... If you think a different approach... Going with strategy B? Just remember this has a very conservative first stint on those soft tyres. Okay, now to... You should... That's both drivers with a set strategy in place. Right, let's head back to...
A partly clear night here. The drivers now lined up on the grid. Taking a look at Max Verstappen. They're up in third position, tantalizingly close to pole. And behind them, it's Perez. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. The race start is mere seconds away. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Prep ourselves for a push.
Yeah, okay.
Use your battery.
Copy.
Just look after this tyre set though, Max. Look after it.
Okay.
As the cars spend more time on track, make sure you keep an eye on their... This all looks great. No damage that I can see to any components. Just make sure... Right, let's talk tyres. During dry races, all cars need to use at least 2 different tyre compounds. If a car doesn't come, ultimately it's your decision on which tyre compounds we go for. Although I'd strongly recommend sticking to the starting strategy when possible. Once you've decided which tyre to move to, just confirm the pit stop with the team.
Good job.
DRS is enabled.
Let's back off.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened there. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
So pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Back it out. Back it out.
Okay.
Nice move. Your battery's ready.
Copy.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Overtake is available. Overtake available.
Okay.
Everything you've got.
Yeah, yeah.
Just look after this tyre set though. Look after it.
Recharge off when you're ready.
Copy.
Let's push.
As the race progresses, remember to keep an eye on the planned strategy you put in place before the race. The strategy view will let you check your strategy, adjust it, or even change it entirely. The data view is also an important area to track during the race. It gives...
Okay, that was a purple lap. I'll let you know if the situation changes. Got the margin to push.